Frank, where have you been? Fruma is coming, and Wynntale might be real. The most historic update in Wynncraft is coming, I know, but I've been extremely busy becoming a millionaire on Wynncraft this week by cornering an ingredient market. Let me explain. Before any of the Fruma teasers or even Hytale had dropped, I was reacquainting myself with chromosomes for the first week of college and chilling in the questions channel on Wynncraft as usual, when me, XRN, and Vampire Sylveon run into this player, who asks why searing heartwoods are so expensive. For anyone unaware, searing heartwood is a tier 3 armoring ingredient that's great for melee usage. Its main use case at the moment is an Alcatraz tier stack, which is doing a lot of damage with effectively just left clicking. It's arguably the best ingredient for the crafteds too, being used for its sustain. While players do like to upcharge ingredients a lot, looking into this was pretty nuts. These things are almost as expensive as Azure Blossoms, which literally only have one spawn area in the entire game. According to XRN, it comes from a sparse node with a lot of demand, so Sylveon thinks about grinding them, and since you really only need woodcutting level 85 to start on them, and they sell for a lot more than Avo would, I decided to jump on that bandwagon too. You get searing heartwoods from an alternative profession node, Florisi trunks. These are only found in the lower sections of the Molten Heights, making them a lot rarer than other alternative profession nodes in the game. Cutting a tree gives you one chunk. You take these chunks to the refiner in Maex, who, once you input it, spits back a variety of ingredients, including searing hearts at a 1% chance. Oh yeah, come to Papa. Fun fact, one of the trunks is slap bang in the middle of Maex, meaning you could play Hunted and wear Gathering XP armor and passively grind GXP here for ages. The great thing about making money this way is that since it's professions, you can multitask this with week 1 biology courses, so of course that's what I did. I was pulling heartwood after heartwood. This stuff was supposed to be on a 1% chance, but it sure didn't feel like it. I would get the chunks, refine them, sell the searing heartwoods, and repeat. I would just undercut everyone by 10 liquid emeralds and reap in the profits. I was beginning to suspect that the wiki was wrong. Now normally I am not a wiki doubter, but when I was getting started with this, we realized that the map of all the Florisi trunks on the wiki is wrong. It reads 4, when there are actually 5. If that was wrong, what else could possibly be wrong back when this page was made? At the bottom of the page, you can see that whoever tested this mechanic when it released refined 300 chunks to get the 1 in 100 chance that is currently on the wiki. Now, I don't know much about probability, but that feels like a really low confidence rate to me. Plus, features have been shadow patched or changed in the past, so who's to say this number is close to correct so long after release? There's really only one way to find out. Testing. Some of you may be thinking, Frank, this is a lot of work. Why would you do this? Rating is right there. To tell you the truth, I was looking for a moment of glory, where like the great minds of history who flipped tables and uncovered the truth, I would do that on the Wynncraft wiki entry for Maex refinery chances. If I was able to prove that the chances were wrong, my correction would be my legacy for as long as the wiki existed, and that sounded awesome. After several days of grinding, I was done. The original testing was done with 300 chunks, or about 4 stacks, so I got a few more. I'm just kidding, that would be crazy. I just got 1,000 and called it a day. This is a quick time lapse of me opening every single one. The full video is in my description for all future researchers. If the chances are in fact 1 in 100, we should have gotten about 11 searing heartwoods. After days of grinding, and 20 minutes of just straight up opening them, we have $11. Okay, so maybe the wiki is right. Or maybe I just don't understand how probability works. But as it turns out, I actually got to leave a legacy in a different way. In Maex, where one of the trees are, I realized that the silverfish scarabs hadn't been updated to the fire scarab models that had been harassing me this entire time. I brought it up on constructive feedback, and Lumi assured us that after a world push, it would be changed. That would be cool enough. But then we find out that Fruma is coming out, which means the world push that pushes Fruma is also going to push the bugs, which means my contribution becomes part of Wynncraft's biggest update, which is an absolute win. At the end of the story, I'm walking away with 23 Searing Heartwood still on the market, which even if I have to undercut more, will give me 11 stacks. Not bad for not having to start a single loot run. Let me be frank, I did not expect my last video to blow up like it did. It's almost beaten my all-time highest video, which is literally me casting Meteor 10 times. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, liked, or commented. The dopamine hit when a bell notification shows up on my dashboard is intoxicating. I will see you guys later. Frank out.